Yo, what's up guys, what's going on? Frank Daniels here. Today we are talking deadlift, and I'm going to show you a very important breathing technique for high performance deadlifts that you should be paying attention to. Before I go into that, I got a free report, guys. It's called 7 Steps to Shredded. If you want to know exactly what those 7 steps are to get you shredded, get you lean, you can download that by clicking the first link in the description. At the end of this video, you also see a button around here somewhere you can press and get that free download. Let's talk deadlifts. Now, if you didn't know, breathing is very important. And for every lift that you do, breathing is what you're gonna do, right? So there should be an in-breath, there should be an out-breath to every repetition. And typically, you take the in-breath on the lowering portion of the lift, and you do the out-breath on the lifting portion, okay? For most of the lifts that you're gonna do, pretty much all of them, right? So each rep has an in-breath and an out-breath. Now the deadlift is very specific, whereas we start from the floor. So the first movement is on the concentric phase or the lifting phase, right? And then when we go to put the weight down, the lowering phase, we usually don't, the deadlift is not really too much focused on the lowering phase, so people don't they don't muscle the deadlift down. Sometimes they do, right? But usually they just place it down. That being said, you're lifting a lot of weight, and breathing is used to stabilize your core. So if you watch any power lifter do a lift, okay, in their squats, in their deadlift, they're gonna use what's called a Valsalva, right? So all that really is a big deep breath into your diaphragm, so you should feel it in your belly, and you should feel it in 360 degrees, okay, around here. So it's like it's filling up this big cylinder, and then I'm clamping down on that. And I wanna use that before I'm gonna lift this big heavy weight, right? Okay, so here's how it works with a deadlift. I'm going to get into my deadlift position here, grip the bar, and then, okay, whatever grip is gonna work for you, then I'm gonna use that Valsalva breath. Once I'm in a good position, I'm gonna breathe in, okay, to this cylinder right here, and I'm gonna clamp down and get tight on it. Again, you should feel this all around here. Now what that's gonna do is stabilize, okay, my entire core, my midsection, so while I'm lifting this heavy weight, okay, you'll feel it. You'll feel against that heavy weight that it's not going to snap your spine, okay, because if you're deadlifting hundreds of pounds, the bar wants to snap you in half, okay? Your job is to resist it as you're lifting, all right? So I'm gonna use that Valsalva breath. Okay, I'm gonna take a big breath in, get into a good position, okay, get tight on the bar, get tight on that breath, and I'm gonna lift to the top. Now see what I did? I held that breath until I got to the top. So once again, I'm gonna go back to the floor, right? Okay, get tight against that bar, get flat, Valsalva, push the floor, I'm gonna breathe through a tight straw at the top of the movement. I'm just gonna put this down just to talk for a second. Okay, so it's kind of like coming up from deep sea diving. When I get tight on that breath, okay, when I breathe it in and I clamp down on it, I don't wanna just let all that pressure out. If I let that pressure out too quickly, it unpressurizes the chamber, right? And you can almost pass out from that, right? So when I'm doing this stuff, I want to make sure that I keep some tension, okay, in the system by breathing through a tight straw, okay? And that's what we're looking for right there. My camera guy's laughing at me right now because it looks like we're breathing out, okay? We're not breathing in, we're breathing out. That way, okay? So with a deadlift, right, I breathe out through the tight straw. Now, I just stood up, probably with a couple hundred pounds, right? You guys are deadlifting, you're lifting a couple hundred pounds. Now I'm standing with a couple hundred pounds, and I just breathed out all the air that's pressurizing and giving me stability in this area. There's a good shot when I go to put down this couple hundred pounds, that's more than likely the spot where I'm gonna get injured, okay? Not necessarily lifting it, but putting it down, right? Not necessarily thinking about it. So what I'll do is I'll actually take a 2-breath cycle during a deadlift. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. Get down, I'm gonna get my grip, I'm gonna get my position, push the floor, breathe out through that tight straw. Now once again, I'm holding on to a couple hundred pounds. On the way down, I wanna take another breath. I'm gonna breathe in and stabilize that core, and then I'm gonna put the weight down, breathe it out, start again. Okay, so the way we like to deadlift is 1 rep at a time. I reset every time on the floor. There are some people who tap and go. I don't really understand that. Maybe you guys can explain it to me down below in the comment why you might do that. I think it's a recipe to hurt your spine because you can't reset your core or reset your position. So I think the best way to deadlift is to go to the floor, reset, regrip, okay, get a good position, get your breath and go. But the big thing is here, guys, you're using your breathing to stabilize your midsection so you can lift more and that weight does not snap you, all right? Each repetition has an in-breath, has an out-breath. On the deadlift, okay, you wanna pay attention to, it's a 2 breath cycle. I stand up, I breathe it out. I'm gonna take a big deep breath, stabilize the spine before I put down that weight, even though I'm not, going crazy trying to lower it, okay, or fight against it. I'm still holding a whole bunch of weight, so I wanna make sure I use that Valsalva breath to not only get the high performance on the lift side, but also to protect myself on the way down when I'm lifting these heavy weights. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Again, for every big lift that you're doing, for all your training lifts, you're using breathing to stabilize your core and be able to get a better performance on your lifts. Okay, use that breathing or that Valsalva breath, okay, for your deadlifts on the way up, also on the way down to protect the spine. Hope this helps out. Guys, if you really want to get more information just like this, okay, I got my free report, 7 Steps to Shredded. Download it by clicking one of these buttons right here. Of course, my name is Frank Daniels. If you really enjoyed the video, head down below, like, leave a comment. Of course, subscribe to this channel, guys. We'll see you soon.